Today at Uplift, we are talking to Andy Fortuna from MyoRenew. We will find out what it takes to build a business while finishing school and why Andy decided to give social media a break, even though he was building a huge following. My name is Philip Schulze. We talk to entrepreneurs and successful individuals to inspire you to take action, overcome fear of failure, and show how other people manage their doubts and struggles. This is Uplift. Welcome back to Uplift, everyone. I'm Philip Schulze. I'm sitting here today with Andy Fortuna from MyoRenew. Andy helps athletes and people to move better and works against the imbalances of their bodies.
That's it.
Hey Andy, thanks for being here with us.
Philip, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to you, to your audience.
Thank you, Andy. Let's get back. I mean, you have an interesting story. You started your business while you were still studying.
Mm-hmm.
There was probably a lot of pressure on you from studying and starting to get
The business side,
a business running. So, how did you, or let's roll it back. Why did you decide to do your own business instead of just like finishing your studies and then, looking for someone you can work for?
Right.
Like, what was the force behind you saying, you know what, I want to do a different way. I want to start already while I'm studying, and I want to do my own.
Long story short, I didn't know what I wanted to do for my grad school or my post-bachelor's. I probably went through like 3 majors, spent like $3,000 in one thing because I didn't realize what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's like I dropped the first week because I realized that's not what I want to do. I ended up basically doing athletic training or sports medicine. But what I saw when I was doing massage therapy is how much people needed it, but what the traditional therapy side consisted of. The traditional therapy was you go to somebody or usually like a clinic and you're working with one therapist, but that one therapist is working with 5 different people. That's what I was used to when I did hours and observational. Yeah. And also in the sports medicine side, I saw the aspect of the same thing. You had one trainer with 40 players or a team of 10. Not to say that the care wasn't there, but I thought it could be better, right? Obviously, athletic training is a different animal because you have a whole team and it's one person taken care of. And then in a clinic setting, you had one therapist and multiple patients. So that was one model. So I saw those 2 models and I said, how can I get sports medicine and then the manual therapy or the physical therapy side and put them together?
Yeah.
And then in massage therapy, you don't see that. Massage therapy is one-on-one, kind of like with one person. So obviously I saw those 3 aspects. I was like, all right, cool. How can I mix those 3 in there? And again, I've always been really hands-on. So to answer your question of why I started doing my own thing is because I didn't see what I was looking for in other companies or niche franchises that I had. Yeah. I wanted to combine everything that I've learned and put into one. Strength and conditioning, movement, all the courses I've taken and courses I still take. So that's one reason why I started doing my own thing. But in reality, it was by mistake. So I finished massage therapy. I was like, well, I guess I got to make this a business, I got to do taxes.
Yeah.
I actually did all the paperwork a week before I had to. It was a mess. But I ended up finding papers, not even the right way. I actually had to redo them the next year. But anyways, it was by mistake. I made a company just because I had finished school. I was a practicing massage therapist. I was like, I didn't want to use my name.
Yeah. So
it took me like 3 weeks to come up with MyoRenew, along with like other influences with other companies that I kind of meshed the name into one. And then I was like, okay. So what I started was I would travel to like 6 or 7 different gyms throughout the week and work on people. So that's how I started to build my name, build on what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But what they don't tell you is when you go into this entrepreneurship is it's freaking hard, right? You know, obviously setting out and building your own thing is hard. But when I tell you, Philip, that it probably took me 6 months for me to make any money. And I would sit at a gym for 4 hours and now work on a single person. And I would tell people, hey, come, I can help you for like 10 minutes. Oh, I see you have like a shoulder issue.
Yeah.
Come here, I'll massage you for like 10 minutes and stretch you and teach you. I would even offer hour. Hey, give me an hour. Give me an hour. Oh, no worries. Let me give you an hour. Let me show you that I can help.
Yeah.
Because my mindset was if I show you how much value I can give, in return, you'll see, okay, it's worth it.
Yeah.
What I started noticing, another goal I had was to help everyone. with this, with this industry and with this profession, I can help thousands of people, right? In my mindset, I'm like, I can help my family and this and that. But when I started realizing people didn't value what I was giving them.
How did you make them value work? Like the clients would actually stay with you, or that was just something coming from them?
It's really putting the most important thing that I can tell somebody when they're trying to provide value is just that. Understand who you are and what you want to do and provide that. You're going to provide that service or that product or that content, that piece of content to tens of thousands or even thousands of people. And maybe 100 people are going to be like, yeah, you're my guy. Or you know what, you really helped me out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to refer somebody to you.
Yeah.
Or you know what, you are my guy for the next whatever. I appreciate it, whatever.
Did you ever sit down and make a plan for like
a business plan?
Yeah, no, not even a business plan, just for like your goals, like for the next 6 months, I want to, have this amount of clients, I want to achieve this and this, or it was just like...
No, it was more like, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
had no idea what I was doing. It was more like, let me get my name out there, let me work on as many people as I can, and then hopefully in 2 years, people know who I am and know who MyoRenew is, and they're referring people. This is our 4th year. It's still not that easy. Do we have structure? Yes. Do we have some systems put in place? Yes, that we continue working on. Do we plan on hiring in the near future? Absolutely. Am I making $1 million? No. Absolutely not. Am I still struggling to make a living? Yes, because that's the nature of a business owner. Because when you're making a business, it's not about how much money you can make, it's how much money you can retain, right?
Exactly.
It's retention. And then when it comes to providing a service and a product, how consistent can you be with that? How happy are your customers, your clients, are they continuing to come?
And then also at the beginning, you want to become better. So in order to become better, you have to invest in yourself. So you have to take additional classes, and study something else maybe what you're interested in and what can help your clients. And then, so the money goes back in the business that we make at the beginning.
A lot of people don't know what it takes to be really good at your craft, right? It's not just being on YouTube, right? It's not just working on people, right? It's getting that extra help, being coach, being mentor, going back to school, right? I spent probably over 20 to 30 grand in the last 3 to 4 years just on continuing education. This is not university.
Yeah.
University is probably between, thankfully my bachelor's, I had a scholarship through baseball, but between my master's and now a second master's that I'm doing now in acupuncture, it'll be well over about 80,000. There's an investment to what you're trying to do, right? It's an investment, like I mentioned.
It's investment in yourself, investment in the future.
Absolutely.
And you know what you want to do. I mean, that's also an advantage you have here, that you actually know what you want. A lot of people, they're out there trying to figure out what they want, but it seems like you kind of knew at some point what you want and where you want to go.
Funny thing about that is we've been in business since 2015, so it'll be the 4th year this year. This is the first year, the end of 2018, where I was like, you know what? My vision is a little bit more whole now. Before it was like, think about you looking through a dirty glass. That's basically what I was trying to figure out. It's like, okay, that I don't like, I've been experienced to this. Now the water is a little more clear. It's not perfect. I don't think it will ever be perfect because you're, as a business and especially as a service business, you're always evolutionizing, right?
Yeah.
You're this way right now, you're applying these services, or maybe you're working this way, but maybe you want to change it to add this service. I think obviously consistency and quality stays the same, but what you're providing will change.
What about social media? At the beginning, you used a lot of social media, tried to build it, to get clients through social media. How valuable was it for you at the beginning to build your business?
Super valuable. And I started social media because, like you said, it was a way for me to get in front of people without having to be in front of people.
Yeah. I mean, I actually found you through social media. I had shoulder issues. I was looking for help or self-treatment, and then came across him like, oh, this guy's actually in Miami, and let me go and see him. So, I mean, for me, it worked.
So it does help to get people, right, to be in front of people, right? Obviously, you still have to have good content, right?
Yeah.
Whether it is you're reposting something, because that got really popular, or you're actually creating original content, is obviously understanding who your audience is. But my first goal with social media was, okay, I need to get my name out there. So it builds credibility, right? Because if you're able to help somebody through a video, then imagine if they come to you. They think, you're creating some type of relationship with them already through social media, right? Credibility through social media, a presence through social media.
Yeah.
So they know you not just as Andy Fortuna or MyoRenew, but now they understand a little more of how you can help them.
Yeah, and people ask for more nowadays. And back in the days, you needed a good website, and that was your selling point. You know, if there was information, I can read about them, and that was enough. But nowadays, people always check the social media, so they want to see what is this person doing, how does their daily life looks like, how much they know about their craft. So it's a different time nowadays.
Absolutely, it's definitely a lot more interactive now. It's definitely a lot more personal now. But so again, like I said, I started off like that. I got really successful. I got help from a couple other people that were doing social media, and I asked help. It was more of a suggestion.
Yeah.
I asked them, how are you doing this? Like, how does this work? And they said, post every day, create good content, and engage. Comment, DM, all that. I was like, I can do that. That's not a problem. It's funny, I started long before that, about 6 months before that.
Yeah.
I was doing videos and it didn't see too much traction. I'm like, forget this. And I was like, all right. They're like, no, post every day. I posted 2 years in a row every day, and they got really big. I was like, I can do that. So sure enough, I was posting every day, good content. 2 months in, 3 months in, it went from like 1,000 to 2,000, 10,000, 8,000. 6 months in, I was like at 12,000 followers. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It's a monster,
I'm
right?
famous.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. We'll get into that. So I was like, oh shoot, bam. I'm getting that credibility. People are knowing who I am, what Myron is about, my mission, this and that. And it was cool. I was getting in front of a camera, kind of like how we are right now. I would explain to them things that I would see either in the gym or patients or clients that I would see. Basically, little tips, or whether recovery or movement or whatever. And then obviously I was helping a lot of people, which was my goal. That was my mission for social media. Not only getting in front of people, but to help. Yeah, you can impact so many people by one video. 600 views, 1,000 views, now it's like 6,000 views. So I was getting up there, 16, 15, 20,000 followers. I was like, oh man, I'm famous. Like, people in Miami should know who I am, right? I got 20,000 followers. Like, Miami's got, 3.6, million people? I'm like, that's like, I don't know, it's gotta be a good percentage of people know me in Miami. So 6 months in, I'm like, I was literally in one of the corner here at the gym, and one of the coaches comes up to me, like, you okay? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you look pretty bad. I'm like, man, this is really hard, like, between school, and he's like, no, don't worry, like, hey, 2 or 3 months in, you look back and be like, I'm glad I did that. I'm like, you're right. Like, I'm just, this is a little hiccup. I know it's hard, but you know what? I'm getting good traction.
Yeah.
MyoRenew's doing pretty good. 3 months in, that was my first little sign. 3 more, so that's 9 months in now. It's like August, I believe, or maybe end of July. Again, it hits me again. I'm like, oh my God. Social media, man. And not just social media, everything in general started hitting me. Started feeling more anxious, more depressed. I was comparing myself on people on social media. Like, oh man, no, we're not doing that. Or I'm not posting that. I'm like, man, look, this person got this amount of views. So it first started as exposure. It first started as I wanted to impact people. Now it started becoming, oh man, this person's doing way better than I am. Right? Now I'm doubting myself as a person because of people on social media, right? Third time, a little like a month or two afterwards, I was like, at this point, I was probably at my worst. I was not feeling good. I probably lost a lot of weight. Again, I was really anxious. I would wake up in the morning and have heart palpitations. I'm like, what the heck, right? The first thing I would do is check my phone. I was always on my phone. So yeah, social media as a tool, very, very powerful. You don't take care of that tool. It's kind of like how I tell people, like with superheroes, right? With great power comes great responsibility, right? Not only as a business, but definitely when you're on social media, especially how it can, it's a dopamine effect, right? You get a like, you get a view, you get people like, oh wow, thank you for helping me. So you get so concentrated in that. And I was telling you earlier, like it became like Spider-Man and Venom. I was Spider-Man when I first started. I was like helping all these people, boom, boom. But all of a sudden, that same tool that I was using, freaking turned me into Venom. I became this person that I would look myself in the mirror. I'm like, what the heck happened to you? The first thing I would think about when I woke up is like, what post am I gonna do today? Oh my God, it's 6 o'clock. I haven't done post. or I haven't written anything. I walk into the gym, I'm like, or into the clinic, I'm like looking around, trying to find a prop. What can I make a video about, right? Yeah, I could have been a little bit more strategic and planning a week before, but
I mean, you have all the other things going on. I mean,
there was a lot of stuff going
working
on.
on your masters, you have your business running, and then sitting down to like a whole strategy.
Yeah, you have almost. It started becoming like production, like we have here. A nice camera. I had a mic, right? A lever mic, whatever it is. A mic, a really good mic. I started investing in it, but then I was like, emotionally, I started to see there, and then business started to deteriorate, right? Obviously, I could have had some outside help, right? An agency or somebody to help me with the social media. But I like that aspect of sharing education that I didn't know how to delegate that.
Yeah.
So by that third time, I was like, no, something's got to change. Something's going on here. And then I didn't post one day. I didn't post 2 days. I didn't post 3 days. I didn't check my phone for a whole day. And all of a sudden, this monkey I had on my back just like, I was like, whoa. And then it's almost kind of like I mentioned before that looking through a dirty glass.
Dirty glass, yeah.
Now I started to be a little more clear, right?
Yeah.
I started to focus more on clients, right? It became less lead generation, how many clients I can get. And it started being more, okay, the clients and the customers I have now, how can I make this experience much better? I still have that. I still work on experience, but my focus is more how many people can I get through the door rather than.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of step away from what you actually were passionate about.
Yeah.
I mean, you're passionate about your craft, you're passionate about helping people, and then all of a sudden, all your energy goes towards like
followers,
business and
likes,
followers and likes, and learning how to record yourself, learning how to speak in front of the camera, all those things which are not necessarily to be good at your craft. So it takes away from your craft by the end of the day.
And some people say, oh, you weren't getting that much traction. I had 35,000 followers, 6,000 views per video, 700 likes per picture, or 200 to 300 on average. So social media was good. Anybody would say, are you dumb? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting all this traction. But when it comes to anything in life, you have to, there's risk and rewards, right? Are you willing to risk your quality of life and the way what you started out with just for the reward of a few more people, a little bit more credibility, a couple more followers, 1,000 followers, whatever it is, even 1 million followers? Or would you rather have a little bit more quality of life, better understanding of who you are as a person, as a business owner, even as an influencer? Yes, I would take the latter. Right, and that's what I started noticing. And I haven't been on social media for the last like 7 months now. I completely deleted it. But it was hard to get back, and I don't know when I'll get back. But social media is a tool if used appropriately.
Well, I think that's a great story. I mean, that's a story you barely hear nowadays. Everybody jumps on social media, thinks that's essential to grow a business, but you see it from a completely different side. Yes, it really helps you to grow a business, but also it has been done before. People were delivering great services, growing their business without the social media, and maybe had a more balanced life because they didn't have to put all those energy in this extra tool. So, and it was a very brave decision in today's world to step away from it. And I mean, until now it worked out. You can always go back, or if you could become bigger, you just hire an agency, so the burden is not on your shoulders anymore. You work with someone. It was very interesting talking to you today. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope it helped you guys. Thank you for watching us here on Uplift. Please subscribe to the channel, leave some comments or questions for Andy. I'm sure even though he's not on social media anywhere, he would answer your question if you ask him. I'll point him towards it. And thank you for watching again, and have a good day.